Yeah. It's like getting shot by a tranquilizer dart.
Put more food in the ranch, so you ain't gotta worry about that for now.
Plus, what did you put? You put the same food or different food?
Different food. I always use the minestrone, just cheat the bacon. Get a lot of that shit easy.
It's easy for me to make stir fried.
Yeah, I could make salads, but it don't. Like I said, I need food that keeps them full. Because if I don't get something,
No,
that feels
I don't make salads. I make stir fried for that base. Salad is for my main base.
Even still, because the salad don't keep them full for long. They take one bite and go back to the fucking food box. I'm like, bro, I need y'all to get full longer. So I just use that blue dish. It gives them the work speed and everything anyway. Dang. Thought I was going to a casino for a second.
I need to make more production stuff. But having just one of these defeats the purpose of having any other production.
Yeah, I just build multiple of those. I have 2 of those in my base.
You know what?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna have these up here. So everybody would be up here. Have the bring the party up here. So when you come up, everybody gonna be facing.
Wait, so why do you still have the other things?
What other things?
The other mining pits and shit.
Oh, I'm about to go get rid of them right now.
Oh, I was saying, I got rid of all that shit ages ago. I ain't got no plants. I ain't got no, except the skill from tree. Other than that, I ain't got shit. Production of my base has never been better with less than 50,000 and shit. I want to have max 30. I'm at like, what, 35 right now? Trying to go over that limit. All I pretty much need are fire pals, water pals, and pals that do fucking.
This can fit up here. Let's go. What the hell? I don't hear footsteps. Oh yeah. Everybody has to be 6. Only got one at 6 to work on these. Oh well, I got a lot of books to collect because that's what I'm doing right now is collecting books anyways. That's the name of the video. Upgrading pals.
Yeah, the fastest way is the world tree at this point.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm going back there.
Well, lucky pals, the world tree, and I guess dungeons.
That plus that while I'm in that area you showed me.
Yeah, but you ain't got homeboy. He'll get you even more.
Who?
Ephedrine. So remember, he does dark pals, and those pals are dark and normal.
Bro. The giant turtles drop large souls.
Yeah, right.
It's she worked with the giant turtle because the turtle is normal and she makes normal pal travel mode. Plus her ability.
Yeah, but I'm saying more dark pals spawn in that area.
I hunt down the normal ones, the turtles.
No, like what's that like, bro? All I hunt down in the area is like those little tiny little fuckers you be seeing. That's all I hunt down over there in that area.
Yeah, I kill a group of those and I get like 120 with her.
No, I ain't talking about the souls. I'm talking about everything. Like items plural, nigga. All their item drops. Like I get extra water. I get extra other technology things where I get so much stuff just by killing those groups. And I don't even use my pal to kill them. I use the rocket launcher. I just go over there and just blow shit up now. I don't even use my pal skills anymore. Rocket launcher so damn.
Oh no. Is that gonna be sticking out the restaurant floor? It kinda is, but it looks kinda cool. I can work with that.
Too quickly for me.
I could work with that. I could make that work. I could do something with that.
Actually, yeah, you could put like some. Wait, but
It's a restaurant. They're coming from over there. I could put like a table right there. I could work with that. I thought it was gonna be worse.
damn, I really like the way he looks. I haven't. I never really seen him up close.
Who, him?
Mm-hmm. Very nice design.
Yeah, that's what Gohan gave me.
Bro, somebody found out a way to make that little ice sphere Pokemon one of the most goated rideable Pokemon in the fucking game.
Oh yeah, because when you're on ice.
Yeah, I was like, that was slipping and slide, and I'm like, what the fuck? The boy was speed.
I saw someone throw a Joltog, use it as a bomb while they're fishing, and all the fish came up when it exploded.
Yeah, I saw that bomb thing where they made a pal that's basically immortal as a bomb.
Oh yeah, heavily armored.
No. Well, yeah, they give it their thing immune to explosions, but then they give it a stack of other abilities, so it does like 100k damage every time it explodes.
Wait a minute, where are my other things at? Why is there only one? Am I bugging? I know I built two.
Wait, you didn't build an ancient thing?
Oh. For what?
You didn't even have it unlocked.
Yeah, for what?
It
Does
has
the
more
same thing.
abilities.
More abilities, my ass. Actually, yeah, he has purple and blue. I should have built this.
Yeah, and it has floating stones and shit around it. I love that thing. Got the hologram. That's the best looking one they made so far. Damn, I see why you need handbooks.
Mm-hmm.
And you know you're gonna have to catch a shit ton of humans, right?
But the humans, when you do that, it only like increase their stats and their
Yeah.
primary ability.
Yeah, because they don't have any passive to boost, so yeah, you're only increasing their other shit. Unless you just want to go books only, then hey, but I just at least wanted one max level only.
What do you mean it does more? It does the same thing.
It should have extra like stats. I mean, on it, like for the base in it and all that.
I see. So I have to make some. So even if I put stone here,
Yeah.
level 6 still?
Oh, that shouldn't be.
Yeah, level 6.
Are you fucking for stone?
Yeah.
Damn.
I need some books. I need to book something crazy.
How many you got? That's it?
I just got that.
I mean, what's your total? Maybe I can help you out. You know how many you got? Oh, just press R1.
Time. The amount of time.
Still learning. Still learning Palworld.
And y'all think I'm a master.
What's it? Oh, what this? Magic. Damn, seeing you with there the computers kind of hurts my feelings. I just grabbed the 500.
This is my water base. I just made those. Chill,
Oh.
chill, man. What was I doing? Oh yeah.
Well, you checking how many books you had. That's what I'm trying to see. How long you have been on it?
This is all my other books I just used because I'm still working on Cattiva.
Oh, so you ain't got no more books.
I get them. I use them.
Go to my base, because I might be able to at least have to get one more person up to 6.
Go to your base.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go to my base real quick to drop off some of these items. Oh, wait, I'm being stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just teleport. There you go. He's learning. But before you press right bumper, this is what I do now. Everything that I'm gonna have on me, I just take all that shit off of me. I mean, out of my base, because I want my ammo sheet getting transferred.
Oh, wait. I just transferred my ammo, bro.
No, you didn't. It's right there.
No, for my plasma. For this.
Oh. Yeah, just take all your stacks.
Fuck. I gotta go get that back.
Once you press R1, it transfers everything that's highlighted.
Yeah, that's scary.
If you want to put those rocket launcher schematics in the box for me, that'd be cool. I'm trying to get a gold rocket launcher.
Or rocket launcher.
Oh, well, you just moved it. Fuck it.
You trying to get a gold one? I thought you already got all the gold shit you needed.
I need a rocket launcher gold. It's purple right now. Gold, I killed every pal in a single shot. That's not a boss. I mean, I already kind of do, but the gold is pretty much guaranteed.
Let me see if I can craft one. This?
Yeah, that one. That thing is, bro. You don't need your pal in the world tree when you have that. You just shoot. You just look in the direction, blast.
Am I about to craft 3 purple?
No, you're about to craft 3 blues.
Oh.
So now you work those blues, see how many blues you have, and then you can you craft the purple, so on and so forth.
I gotta go back to the other base and get my fucking apples. What is this? Huh? Wait a minute.
What the fuck?
What?
Oh.
You're calling with me. Oh, no.
What do we got here? I said, well, what do we got here?
Ooh.
Oh, so that should look good so far. And then we got a ranch.
I've been using the fuck out of these.
Yeah, let's let my bitch real quick. I'm saying we got that spare. My container's on the first floor, so it'll be easy to find. Calm down.
Say containers on the first floor.
Under the stairs in the middle.
Um,
Yeah, go over there and go to that container on the right.
what
Yeah,
the
that
fuck?
one.
This?
Yeah.
How many do I have? 5.
I mean, you can make one more. Best I can do.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So what I need right now is making hands. I only got 17 of them. I could do 2 people.
Oh man. Oh man, that video. I should have never seen that video. Should have never seen that video. Wait. Nigga, what? You already 7.
Oh, he's Gucci.
I'm still gonna get you to 10. I'm sorry. I
Bro, I hate
promised.
the crackhead.
I promised.
The door was open the whole time and I just sat there looking at the door.
Oh wow, mine is consuming the holy water too now. What's up?
Yo.
No, I got some already. Appreciate that. You too, bro. think I need to restart the game.
Alright.
Because my glider, for some reason, is not working, and I cannot run through the world tree without this shit working properly. Are you good?
You good? Yeah, I was watching that.
I used to be obsessed with a game called Ark. You might have heard of it. In fact, I put my 12,000 hours into it, and I was a full-on Ark YouTuber for multiple years until I decided to take a leap and try making different kinds of videos, explaining the stories of other games. And the first one I tried, a little game called Palworld. Okay, maybe not so little, but Palworld has a special place in my heart because it allowed me to pull myself from the clutches of a toxic franchise and escape into a stylized world of adorable creatures, addicting busy work, and best of all, lawsuits with Nintendo. I'll never forget what Palworld did in showing me what was possible as a creator. But beyond that, Palworld has lore, and for whatever reason, nobody else seems to want to cover it. With the 1.0 update having just dropped, catapulting Palworld out of early access and onto the main stage once again, and after Palworld absolutely clowned on Nintendo in court, well, I couldn't help myself. I want to celebrate the success of this game and the courage that Pocket Pair showed in standing up to bullies and seeing their vision through the end. And speaking of that end, well, we finally have answers to a whole lot of things in regard to Palworld's in-game story. In this video, we're going to cover it all. Where did Palworld's story begin? How did its characters and pals shape its identity? And how does the narrative conclude? What fate do the pals themselves have in store? And for the love of God, did they finally add more than one journal entry for Axel? Why is he like this? I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Grab your pal spheres, your gliders, and your favorite friends, and let's get into the full story of Palworld. I'm going to assume this is the first Palworld lore video you've seen from me. So let's start from the beginning and establish Palworld's ground rules for its universe, just so that we're all on the same page about the wheres, the whens, and the hows. In Palworld, your player character wakes up in a mysterious land, which we call the Palpagos Islands. Equipped with a basic loincloth to cover your bits and bobs, you have nothing to your name other than a strange tablet you wake up next to with some cryptic words of wisdom on it. But the stories of these islands go way back, at least 1,000 years before the events of the player. So let's go back in time. First of all, where are the Palpagos Islands? Well, they're on Earth, but they're hidden, like really hidden. So much so that the place is shrouded in a magical fog that simply makes it invisible from far away unless you sail close enough into it. Whether it was always shrouded in fog like the later Castaway character describes, or this was a more recent occurrence, is something we'll understand later on. But why was this island hidden away anyway? Well, there's a good chance it's due to the magical World Tree that has so much influence over the Palpagos Islands in the first place. We can't seem to find any notes that suggest its origin, and while we don't know when the tree was planted or when it grew, the World Tree was essential to life on the Palpagos Islands. This was due to its far-reaching, deep roots being the source for both the pals and presumably the invaluable resources scattered around the land. Long before the Castaway or you, the player, showed up, the Palpagos Islands thrived with the presence of an ancient, advanced human civilization. Their culture was that of collaboration and deep appreciation for pals, with many of the pals being worshipped outright. But before this civilization grew to its peak, an anomaly came into existence. What was more or less a human-shaped god called Auri. Whether Auri was created by the World Tree or is just an oddly human-looking alien, we don't know. She is immortal, having lived for hundreds, likely thousands of years. Her journal entries recount the very early days of the Palpagos Islands and their residents, all the way up to the player's time. What you're about to hear is one of the many voice actors I paid for this video to voice all the different main characters in the game, since Palworld won't do it themselves. So, I hope you enjoy.
These human creatures are certainly extraordinary. If I had to describe them in a single word, it would be insatiable. They're never satisfied, and they don't know when to stop. In the few centuries since I settled on this island, they've built the most advanced civilization on the planet, and that giant tree, I think they called it the World Tree? Honestly, I've grown quite fond of them. They never tire me out. Watching them is just so much fun.
While the technology on the island back in the day was inconceivably advanced and everyone was seemingly just chilling, having a good time, this peace would not last forever. Nearly the entire civilization was about to be wiped out by a force known simply as the Calamity. And this entity was not alone. So, what happened exactly?
Yeah.
Yo, just letting you know, since it's not always clear, our videos are made without Gen AI. I pay real voice actors, real 2D and 3D artists, all because Sam Altman and his huge data centers can fuck right off into collapse. And if you've liked this video so far, please click the like button. Thank you. So remember that ancient civilization? Well, as one of the many ancient people we're talking about from this time period, Zenara became a researcher with one goal: to bring about peaceful coexistence between humans and all other sentient life. This ambitious ideal motivated her to study life, making her a perfect candidate to look into a new anomaly. An unknown entity had just crash-landed from space, right at the base of the World Tree, and researchers in the area decided Zenara would be perfect for leading the study of this bizarre creature.
As of today, I've been appointed as supervisor of a biological research project. The research subject is a small, unidentified life form that crash-landed at the base of the World Tree. It's limbless, dragon-like, and pure white. It's safe to assume that it's still a juvenile. Further observation and experimentation to come.
The alien creature was eventually named Asteroid. It did not take long for Zenara to become rather puzzled at its biology. Clearly, the creature was not of Earth, having no mouth, no digestive system, and no obvious way to reproduce. Zenara acknowledges that while pals are unconventional creatures themselves, at least they still have basic biological functions. Astrolin, on the other hand, did not. It was around when Zenara began studying the alien that she would come to meet the rather curious Auri.
A bit of time has passed since I started mingling with the humans. This is the first time I've ever written another entry so soon after the last one. But I just met a truly incredible human. Her name is Zenara. When we first met, I could hardly believe she was human at all. Of course, she looks the part. I found out she's also the one leading the research on that life form from the stars. Well, of course she is. She's what you'd call a once-in-a-generation genius. While we were having that chat at the base of the World Tree, I started to feel a bit strange. It's odd. For a being like me, the concepts of health and sickness aren't supposed to exist.
Zenara and Auri went on to become friends, but unfortunately this would turn out to be tragic eerie because of what happened next. hinted at by Auri mentioning how she started feeling a little strange. As Zanara further studied astrally, she discovered its true nature. While she had grown attached to the thing, which by this point had begun to crudely speak with Zanara in broken English through telepathy, the researcher finally discovered its primary function. Astralum absorbed matter around it to grow, to reproduce, or simply to proliferate itself. The worst part about this was that it had no choice. It wasn't trying to grow. It was just happening. All it could do was hold back. Zanara explains it as follows.
It absorbs energy from the planet to fuel its growth, while simultaneously converting that power into a completely unknown form of energy within its body. It's a mechanically perfect life form, one that has no need for sentience. It would be so much simpler if it didn't have any. Having grown to a massive size, it has begun communicating with me through an unknown means, its voice resonating directly inside my mind. Though its attempts are clumsy, it is trying to use our language. It bears us no ill will. If the top brass discovers the truth about it, the consequences will be dire. They'll either demand its extermination or seek to weaponize it. I must find a way forward.
Fearing that the Ancient Council would either kill Astralum or weaponize it, Zanara chose to hide the creature away, keeping her findings secret while searching for a solution. All the while, Astralum desperately tried to hold back its power so it wouldn't absorb the energy from everything around it. Eventually, though, the Council found out Zanara was keeping something from them.
She is hiding something. Vexing as she is, her genius is undeniable. She has made a breakthrough, and she intends to keep us in the dark. No doubt she stumbled upon a harsh truth, one that inconveniences her ridiculous fantasy of coexisting with all living things.
So, how do we proceed?
Phrase the project. By whatever means necessary, neutralize the White Dragon in a highly visible manner, and parade that fact to the public.
Understood. I'll notify Zanara.
Don't bother. We have no time to waste debating a naive girl. At the end of the day, she is merely a single researcher. Cut her loose.
Wow.
A boiling point was reached. The ancient
That
people
sounds like
of World Tree
StarCraft.
tried to kill Astralum, but Zanara refused to let it happen. According to a scorched piece of paper, it appears as if Zanara offered herself to be absorbed or partially used by Astralum as the two of them became closer than ever, bonding over a fight for survival. Zanara simply wanted humanity to coexist with pals and other sentient creatures, but her ideal became twisted, and she made a decision that changed everything.
That child and I, what did we do to deserve this? The houses are burning down. The people are melting away. And yet, my heart feels lighter somehow. This must be how I truly feel. How long has it been since a smile last crossed my face? Let our march begin until your wrath and mine burn this entire planet to a cinder. Rory, I'm sorry.
With Zanara's rage, Astralum became the Calamity. It went full scorched earth, destroying everything in its path. And Auri happened to be awake to witness the massacre.
After burning most of the surface to ash, it tore through the sky, intent on bringing ruin to Sunridge. I didn't hold back. I split lakes, shattered hills, sacrificed a massive portion of this land, and even then, I lost. That thing was feeding off the planet itself. Before that beast, we are like helpless infants. Had the battle drawn out any longer, it would have ended in my death. If it weren't for their help.
Just as Auri was about to be slain, a group of the strongest pals and ancients on the islands banded together to not only fight the Calamity, but to seal it away. These wise ones raised 8 powers on the island, with an accompanying 8 devices known as key spheres, which, with their combined power, allowed them to trap and lock the Calamity inside the abyss of the World Tree, ending the massacre at last.
In the face of death, the human children and their powerful pals put their very lives on the line. Because they fought to the end to seal the monster inside the World Tree, I am still breathing. It's pathetic, really. I, whom supposed to possess such immense power and live for eons, am only alive right now because of their sacrifice. I have a duty to end this calamity, once and for all.
By the time the Calamity was sealed away, the damage it had done was irreversible. The ancient people had been almost entirely wiped out. Pals, cities, technology, so much had been lost to the destructive entity and its desperate caregiver. For a while after that, Auri spent a long time doing what she could to help those who remained. She sought to help them continue surviving and assist in rebuilding what they had. To Auri and the remaining civilization's benefit, one species of Pal was capable of protecting them from the calamity inside the World Tree. A Pal species known as the Panthalus had only two remaining of its kind, a mother and her child. Auri was able to partner with and use the Mother Panthalus to erect a magical barrier around the World Tree before the Mother Panthalus died from her injuries. This barrier made it so only someone being guided by a Panthalus could enter. Auri then tied the last Panthalus, the child, to the barrier itself, in a sense. Basically, she made it to where those who wish to enter the World Tree would have to defeat or make friends with the Panthalus for it to guide them through the barrier. Now, unfortunately for the remaining residents of the Palworld Islands, the calamity would not stay sealed for good. Even while it was trapped, it was consuming the World Tree, slowly but surely. This caused some pals on the islands to start rampaging. And these rampaging pals were essentially starved of the World Tree nutrients, causing them to be violent to all pals and humans not of their species. Incapable of being tamed and hungry for murder, these pals were a threat to civilization and life on the Palworld Islands. Someone had to come along and fix this. And for whatever reason, that someone had to be a human, according to Auri. With this apparent wisdom, Auri waited. She had faith that a sole human would be the key. She anticipated this human had a destiny to fulfill, a destiny to prove their strength, defeating all the foes in their path, and at last reach the World Tree and slay the calamity. Over the next few hundred years, island residents came and went, factions were formed, small wars were waged, but the one constant was the presence and the upkeep of the ancient towers responsible for sealing the calamity away in the first place. All 8 of them had to be occupied, they had to be guarded, and these guards are what we refer to as the tower bosses. Like I mentioned, there are 8 towers. And these guards are what we refer to fulfill, a destiny to prove their strength. Humans not of their species. Incapable of being tamed and hungry for murder, these pals were a threat to civilization and life on the Palworld Islands. Someone had to come along and fix this. And for whatever reason, that someone had to be a human, according to Auri. With this apparent wisdom, Auri waited. She had faith that a sole human would be the key. She anticipated this human had a destiny to fulfill, a destiny to prove their strength, defeating all the foes in their path, and at last reach the World Tree and slay the calamity. Over the next few hundred years, island residents came and went, factions were formed, small wars were waged, but the one constant was the presence and the upkeep of the ancient towers responsible for sealing the calamity away in the first place. All 8 of them had to be occupied, they had to be guarded, and these guards are what we refer to as the tower bosses. Like I mentioned, there are 8 towers across the vast landscapes of Palworld. Through the lush green valleys, the icy mountains, the gravity-defying floating islands, or the harsh cliffs of Faybreak, the diverse environments of the Palworld Islands over time gave rise to distinct cultures. These cultures were largely tied to the towers and the duty of the tower bosses. Yet over the hundreds of years that followed, people had increasingly forgotten what exactly the towers did. Even the descended tower bosses themselves, as there are 8 of these bosses in total. We'll run through them in a pretty straightforward manner, especially since Palworld 1.0 launch has made characters like Zanara and Auri have much more relevant actions for the wider narrative compared to someone like fucking Axel. Starting off with the very first, we've got Zoe Rain. She guards the first tower you're likely to stumble upon in the game, and she's also probably the one character you've seen the most in Palworld's marketing. This goth baddie doesn't have a family.
I don't have a family.
Her dad, the previous boss of the tower she now occupies, went to prove himself with a final test that another tower boss named Bjorn had given him. The details of said test are unknown, but according to Bjorn,
it was a task even a child could manage, but he never returned.
So with Zoe's dad having seemingly perished, the young Zoe took over in his place and went on to gain notoriety in their ragtag band of misfits, a group referred to in-game as the Syndicate Thugs. Unfortunately, like most of the tower bosses, Zoe's couple of journal entries do little in the way of giving us answers to the wider narrative. The main takeaway about her is that, number one, she loves her pal companion, a loyal Griswold. Number two, she doesn't really understand or care about the conflicts between factions, including the conflict involving her own syndicates. And number three, Zoe honestly just wants to fucking leave the Galapagos Islands and be free. As it had been hundreds of years by now since Inara and Astralum did all their shit and got absolutely ratioed for it, Zoe was the new gen, and she didn't really know much about why herself and others, as generations of people, were protecting the damn towers anyway.
Sometimes I wonder if there's anything beyond the sea.
While Zoe's pretty indifferent about the state of things, our next tower boss is a bit more emotionally invested. What is there to say about Lily Everhart? Well, not much, to be honest, other than the fact that she's the de facto leader of a faction called the Free Pal Alliance, who happen to be in a constant, seemingly pointless, ongoing conflict with these syndicate thugs. Lily's whole thing is that she loves pals, and she loves them so much that she gets scarily murderous at the thought of people exploiting or harming them in any way. Much like Zanara, who honestly feels like a bit of a copy and paste now, Lily's ultimate goal since she was a young girl has been to bring about a harmonious coexistence between humans and pals.
On some distant shore of the island, there exists an island where certain pals live. Not a single one of their kind resides on the main island. I do not know the reason they exist there, but I am certain that they must be protected. Just imagining those poachers setting up a hideout there and ruining their way of life is enough to make my blood seethe.
Lily might just be the most pal-loving person to exist in the game's universe, but there's a dark truth to her organization that up until the 1.0 update, her character appeared totally ignorant towards. Despite Lily establishing the FPA with a clear mission of protection and preservation, members of the organization eventually went behind her back and started selling pals that they'd been protecting for quick cash. You can find Lily's hideout note in-game, and it reads a bit like a manifesto, to be honest. In it, she describes how she found out one of her closest friends had done this behind her back because apparently money had been tight since the woman's divorce. Weird detail, but okay. Lily ends her note by basically saying she has no other option but to let her rage take over. That remind you of another character by chance? What's weird to me is that this little note was added in the full release version of the game and definitely adds much more anger towards her own organization, which we didn't really see before. And what makes that strange to me is that this is the same massive update to the game that added a final boss whose entire deal is that she got really mad that people were trying to kill her. Okay, I'm just gonna say pal, because, like, come on. It's basically pal, I don't care if it's an alien. But ultimately she went full scorched earth because of this. I'm not sure why Pocketbear decided to make Zanara's character a mere carbon copy of Lily, while simultaneously making Lily even more like Zanara at the same time. I guess at the very least, the biggest difference between these two is that Lily does basically fuck all in the grand scope of the narrative, and then Zanara, on the other hand, decided to do an Israel. Moving on to the next tower boss. Oh, you're telling me they had 2 years to turn Palworld from the broken early access mess that it started as into easily my favorite survival game to date, and they couldn't add anything more to this character? Are you fucking kidding me? Why does he exist? Axel is the tower boss of the volcano, and he has one journal entry where he raps about wanting to find a powerful opponent to fight. This is an animation I did a while back, but fuck man, I was really expecting we did something like, come on! Oh yeah, also Axel's the leader of this meaningless group called the Brothers of the Eternal Fire. But speaking of fire, you know what's also hot? A desert. Yeah, smooth transition, I know. The next tower boss is a guy named Marcus Dryden. And long story short, this guy feeds his bird pal cocaine and controls an entire drug trafficking operation, as well as leading a group called the Palworld Islands Defense Force, or PIDF. Basically, Bro controls the drug trade and then arrests people with his corrupt police, confiscating the drugs so he can then sell it on the black market and then arrest people again. He basically found the infinite money glitch. And there's this one quote of his that kills me every time I hear it, mainly just because of how the voice actor I paid to do it, like, voiced it. It's just really funny.
If I let them get carried away, they'll just go off demanding rights.
But while Marcus doesn't take human rights very seriously, tower boss Victor Ashford doesn't really believe in them at all, because, man, this guy is a freak. Victor is the tower boss in the Snowy Mountain region, and he's all about uncovering the remnants of the ancient technology, as well as doing PAL experiments en masse. I would not be surprised if he tested on and sacrificed humans as well. Also, Bro kind of looks like Gojo from JJK. Unfortunately, his journal entries contain little in the way of substance for the lore. He's basically just a redditor.
I just use these PAL experiments. Results failure.
Luckily, the last 3 tower bosses are far more substantive and generally interesting as characters, which takes us to Saya Kurosaki. She is the most recent descendant from the Kurosaki clan to be in charge of guarding their tower, which, according to her, is a miserable and stagnant custodial duty. Over the course of her journal entries, it seems like she actually anticipates and feels the calamity slowly consuming and destroying the tree. Saya pretty much just wants to die, and it sounds like she's depressed as hell. She should see a therapist, I think.
I am a fucking architect.
It is clear to me this